Alright guys, we are back. We've got Team Who taking on Shrek is Love once again. And both of these teams in the loser's bracket round 1 here, so not a great place to be. Means that you lost your round of 8 series, excuse me. But hey, you're still in Diamond Division, and technically both teams have, not technically, both teams do still have a chance to win this series, so I suppose it could be worse. It could be knocked out, I guess. Anyway, Shrek is Love with a pretty, not like, dominant totally, but pretty decisive victory in game 1. Took them about 25 minutes, and they just looked like they were the better team than Team Who, which is playing with a substantially different roster. And that's a very annoying team name because I want to say Who, like 6 different times, but oh well. I don't like this team name. I told Shortcan that. I'm like, your new team name sucks, man.
Yeah.
It's kind of stupid.
Pretty shit.
Yeah.
Especially since they didn't get to tag up WHO. HOO.
Yeah.
But
Come on, man.
who the fuck do you guys think you are?
Right? There's all sorts of great team names. Quincy's Bitches. There you go. Great team name. Great team name. That's just off the top of my head.
No, I guess I always thought Willow Keeper was a pretty strange name, but since they got good, it's okay.
Yeah. It becomes more obvious and like you're used to it, so
Yeah.
it's
It's like,
right.
I don't know. I wouldn't even know if Sync Esports is a very good name. It's kind of
I think that's okay.
strange.
I like Willow Keeper personally too. You Love to Party, I think, is still my favorite team name. I'm not even sure. I don't think they're playing anymore, but
I think we met them in bronze
in bronze
or silver.
And so yeah, I think did you guys go to bronze?
Oh no, it must have been silver.
Yeah, I didn't think you guys went to bronze. I know you were bouncing between gold and silver for a while, but yeah. Anyway, speaking of teams, Shrek is Love has banned out both the Tremble and the Kraken, so try to target Ceratoss a little bit right there and prevent him from getting a hero he's comfortable with, but it's not going to matter because they picked up Clanks in the Hellborn team. Dr. Repulsor and Swiftblade will be banned out by Shorcan, which is mostly just Shorcan hating Dr. Repulsor with a passion, which is pretty justified because the hero is kind of awesome, and so is Swiftblade, so not really targeted bans so much as those are heroes I don't want to face, and you have the first pick, so I'm going to remove some strong potential number 1 heroes. It's going to lead into picks of Magmus, Pyromancer, and Warbeast for Shrek is Love. Hellborn encounter with Glacius, Clanks, and Prisoner 945, so possible jungle Warbeast incoming. Could also be a suicide, but neither team necessarily going for the obvious jungle route quite yet. Parasite, the only jungle hero that has been banned so far, and he was banned in the second stage of bans, followed by Malakin from Shorcan, so number of jungle options available for both teams. We'll see if either one of them chooses to go for one like they both did last game, but my expectation is that they will.
Hellborn might not.
I mean, yeah, they might not.
Well,
That's true.
well, I mean, like, a Clanks really can utilize the full jungle,
Yeah, that's true.
so
Yeah, that's a good point.
both the junglers that maybe don't need so many creeps from it, like Parasite and Ophelia, have been taken, like, banned out. So maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
I
have
mean,
to see.
it's definitely going to hurt. You're right. It's definitely going to hurt Clanks' farm if they run a jungler because the expectation with a dual support is that you will stack camps, and then that's going to allow Clanks to take off once he gets his Thunderclaw and Nullstone. So yeah, I mean that definitely does make a difference. Might be incentivizing them to run away from the jungle option, and Shorcan does actually run a number, or at least PI/Team Who does run a number of dual support lineups, more so I feel like than most other teams, and it's very potentially going to result in 2 support options for the Team Who. Deadwood and Ophelia, the last 2 bans for Cluck. Puppet Master and Bubble will be taken out by Shorcan, so Malik and PM both targeted to Nox right there. They don't want to let him get his hands on a hero he's quite good with. Always he played the Malakin last game and did pretty awesome. BoarBeater's co-casting by the way, so Twitch chat's asking. BoarBeater of Frog No Hippo fame. Now
Yep.
you are famous. I mean, you're in the playoffs, right? So, yeah. Must be a good team.
Yeah. See you in Group B, baby B kid.
I'm not sure how you got in the playoffs. I think it's mostly because like 3 teams ahead of you disbanded, but still.
One or two. I know BMG disbanded.
Yeah.
The rest I couldn't really tell. Like when I originally did the math, I thought, oh, never mind. I don't want to accidentally divulge any of the
Results?
future games
Yeah,
or past games.
exactly.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for you to do it so I could yell at you again. Anyway, it'll be the chipper right here as the
But
fourth.
for all you know,
Shrek.
maybe we won gold, and so we were
Yeah.
definitely in no matter what.
Maybe you did win gold. Who knows? And it'll be Kronos the pickup for the Hellborn team. Kronos is a signature hero for Time to Die, and one that he plays extremely well, which makes his name very appropriate.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming
Time to die. Time to die.
I'm assuming that it was chosen because he likes to play Kronos. Because
yeah,
it seems like that's a really freakish coincidence. And I'm not gonna
it must have been he must have been a Kronos cancer picker at the time of its fame.
Yeah, probably was the case.
As was I for a little while.
Yeah, so a bit of a greedy lineup here in terms of the core, so you have both Clanks and Kronos, who are quite farm dependent in terms of their ability to have an impact in the game, especially that since Kronos got the debuff to his ultimate, he's either need to staff the master or something, because Clanks is going to be reliant. I mean, he's really their main source of damage. They're going to be very reliant on Kronos setting things up with his bubble and doing a lot of damage from the outside with Clanks, but with a 25% damage reduction, that's going to be quite painful to pull off effectively. And let's see if they have the ability to get farm on both of those heroes.
I mean, like, worst comes to worst, if your Kronos doesn't have farm, you can count on your super farmed Clanks to just go through that 25% reduced damage.
Yeah. I mean, Clanks does have a ridiculous amount of damage output, so in that sense, that's
it's not like Legion team has much HP at all. Magnus, Pyro, Madman.
Yeah. I mean, Magnus is their... Magnus probably going to be their tankiest until Warbeast gets super going in the late game, but that's not a particularly hefty strength.
I'm kind of curious what I would pick if I was Hellborn here.
Second support?
Could YOLO with like a Valkyrie, or you could get a secondary support.
Tempest is still on the board, so is Solstice. I actually like the Empath a lot here. For both Clanks and Kronos, that seems like a really valuable hero. Voodoo Jester I would not be as big a fan of. I like Voodoo Jester in general, and the interaction with the Kronos is generally pretty positive, but I don't think they need damage output here. It's going to be the Rhapsody instead, so I'll be a little bit more defensive, which is okay.
One thing about the dance, about Rhapsody, is that in Kronos field they're forced to dance, but it's reduced damage.
How can you be forced to dance when time is frozen? They're forced not to dance, that's the thing.
Ask HoN mechanics.
Do you understand how that works? If you move, it doesn't hurt you or heal you. It encourages you to dance if you're the enemy. You want to dance.
Huh.
That's the point.
Well, but then what about...
You're supposed to
dance.
your
allies?
Apparently they're not supposed to dance, which doesn't make any sense. They should change that. So that it heals you if you're moving, if it's friendly.
That could be interesting.
I mean, yeah, that would make it a pretty interesting mechanic.
Well, it might make it worse.
Yeah, it would, because it wouldn't be a pushing thing.
One of it is, like, you can heal your stunned teammate. So.
Yeah. Well, probably not a good change, but it'll be an interesting change. Anyway, Clank's going to head the top lane here. No huge surprise there. Prisoner rotating to middle, and it's going to be a suicide. Kronos right here as Time to Die picks up that hero. So once again, relatively predictable lanes here from Shortcan. And I think the only difference is he's got slightly stronger lanes now, especially because this time the Prisoner Magnus matchup is in his favor. And it will be looking like those heroes will be going up against each other in the middle lane, and in a 1v2, in fact, in favor of Hellborn. No, Pyromancer's rotating over, so going to be a 2v2 in middle. And Warby's sort of acting like he's going to head to the Hellborn Woods, but probably shouldn't do that.
Cranks doesn't like trees. I do that sometimes.
Yeah, Warby's gonna
Curious
pull
how much it'll help for the Rhapsody. Oh my god, I feel like it's done it too many times. So.
Alright, so the other thing that I'm looking at right here is that Nox is playing a Suicide Madman, while Mighty Marcus is playing a short lane Chipper and Masera is playing a mid Magnus. So they're sort of switching up their roles and stuff here. And I was gonna...
Yeah, my best guess would be that it would have to do with comfortability with Chipper. Or like how comfortable they are with Chipper.
I mean, I know Mighty Marcus plays a lot of Chipper. Like, that's one of his signature heroes. He's a Chipper player. He plays a ton of it. So, him normally being their mid player, that is a little bit strange because I feel like Chipper would do better in this middle lane against Prisoner than Magnus will. And I had to know that Prisoner was heading middle, right? Like, that was pretty obvious, so. I don't know. Maybe they felt like they wanted to go with the dual lane. And they didn't want Chipper in the dual lane, which is fair, but then he can 1v2. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's taking a good bit of damage. As those creeps really do not like him, it seems. So Shortcan going to drop below half health here between the creep damage and the Pyromancer stun and a couple of auto attacks from Cluckmuck. So middle lane, it's going to be the 2v2, and my suspicion is this will go in favor of the Prisoner Glacius combo because they have a good amount of lockdown, and of course the Shackle is a great anti-Magnus tool. Bottom lane will be that Chipper up against Kronos, and wouldn't be surprised to see either of these heroes win the lane. It's going to depend on who can get the better positioning and who can get a couple of auto attacks in on the other one. Kronos definitely has the ability to chase down and kill this Chipper if this is played correctly.
I think you got pulled one set of blights.
Indeed.
Unless I'm doing my math wrong.
I think he's got a ward as well, so that's 100, 200 gold, 300 gold. Yeah, he got pulled a set of tangos. Or a health pot or a ward. I'm not sure which.
Oh. Probably didn't buy his own ward.
Yeah, I don't know. Could be any of those. So then this time they do give Time to Die a ward. And he is not using it, so we'll see. Last time obviously wasn't that great. Shut up, Stu. What do I think of the Chipper skin? I don't know, it's fine. Like
I want that skin.
Bunny Chipper. I don't think I have it.
Yeah, you can only get it by Plinko, and I've Plinko'd like 4K or 5K and I haven't got it.
Is it an esports Plinko?
No.
That's it. I didn't think so either. So
I don't know how you're supposed to get it.
It's only in the
Maybe
gold chest or something?
Yeah, probably.
Interesting. Anyway, middle lane, gonna be a two-man Magma stun as Pyromancer actually got jumped on. We're gonna see if they can turn this on the Glacius, and yes, they can, despite the use of the health pot right there by Shortcan. He will fall while Pyromancer survives, and he will have a health pot as well. We're gonna see their follow-up. In fact, they're gonna pick off the Prisoner as well. Masera with a double tap. Glacius gonna come in with a report, but he's not gonna be in time to be able to do anything against that Magnus, and in fact, we'll just draw the tower aggro away from Magnus. So Masera saving some health thanks to Shortcan. He's gonna get a couple of creep kills.
You take what you can get.
Yeah. That's a really unfortunate turn of events for the Hellborn team because the last thing they wanted after losing the lane so badly and losing the game because of it in the first game is to do the exact same thing, especially against a Magnus who's, as they saw last time, a hero if you shut him down early, stop him from getting a nice quick portal key. He doesn't do all that much in fights. And that will not be the case here. He's already got a bottle and is most of the way towards his steam boots. So we're probably looking at 12 to 14 minute PK for Mag. Pretty easily.
I didn't see the first kill, but I imagine like Pyro's stun and damage is doing a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean the Pyro and Magnus is a good combo. Speaking of that, they're going to initiate on top of the Magnus, and they will be able to just turn it right back onto Shortcan though, as they didn't get the shackle off. and prevent the magma surge before he could stun the Glacius. In fact, they're going to jump right again onto the Prisoner. The stun combo is so powerful, and they're doing so much damage with these auto attacks. Prisoner going to Parasite. It doesn't matter. Clockmock still picks the last auto attack as he gets one more off. So the RNG almost saving Etrin right there, but
yeah, he even got a shield block on that last hit, but it wasn't enough.
Didn't matter. And they're once again going to go in. The bottle charges are very helpful, and Shortcan going to fall. I mean,
they need to. They need to do something.
This is not working. Like, you cannot do this. By the way, Regenerate and double damage were both used by BoarBeater right there, as they pass the bottle off to him. So I'll get picked up by the Pyromancer now. He's going to get some mana back after it, and so will Masera. So they're going to have the capacity to go right back into this and continue to get aggressive. Prisoner has 815 health, but no boots.
Cross needs to get over there.
Yeah. Especially because he's really not doing very much in the bottom lane. I mean, Mighty Marcus
he wants
is
to get a
demolished.
6, but I think he just needs to get mid, avoid wards, spotting him.
By the way, Ceratoss is playing this extremely aggressively in the top lane. He's got no health, and he's going to die. Yep. I don't know what that was, Ceratoss, but it was a really stupid decision. Nox is going to pay for it himself, but obviously that's a trade he'll take. Middle lane, once again, Glacius is going to fall. I'm not sure why I took my camera off that for even a second. We've got 3 heroes here, so going to be another death on Etrin, it looks like, yeah, as BoarBeater in his ultimate form is bashing people in the face, living up to his ult avatar's name. You're right, BoarBeater did not have a DD. That's just because he glows blue. It's very confusing, I'm sorry.
OP.
Yeah, so 8-1 is the Shrek is Love advantage right here, and this is going worse than game 1 if that is at all possible. Top lane, I'm going to try to get a kill onto Magnus. Dust goes through, and the Rhapsody Staccatos are there. Barrel Roll going to buy him some time, but I think that Nox is probably going to fall here, yeah, and Ceratoss picks up the last kill with a bang. Meanwhile, that is in fact a double damage Pyromancer, and he will rotate to the top lane, get some CS right here. He has picked up level 6 and has his Blazing Strike available, so if he has a full combo off, he should be able to kill this Rhapsody, who's at 663 health. And if he gets any assistance at all, he will be able to kill the Clanks as well. So.
You can tell this Kronos really wants to use his ult.
I mean, he's really not having an effect on the bottom lane. He's 1/3 the GPM of the shipper. So you might as well try to set something up, because clearly your efforts
are not mid lane ward is kind of ruining that.
Yeah. As well placed by Clark.
Pretty sure he also got spotted putting that ward down, so we'll have to see. Maybe Legion will play poorly and go really hard on mid.
Instead, I think they're going to look for this Kronos, and
he's going to ult from above.
Right there, yeah. So they found the ward from the Hellborn team, and Kronos going to jump out actually, and I think that he backtracked the Pyro ulti. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. So that wasn't great. They used 2 ultimates on Kronos, and he just leaped away without even having to use his Chrono Field.
I think he could have tried ulting from above, like just banking on the fact that it keeps standing there.
Nice stun from Masera, avoiding that hook. Meanwhile, bottom of the tower does go down, so Denver Pro with his Wolves, he is level 7, helping Mighty Marcus take down a tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. And it's not something we haven't talked about too much, but Denver Pro on this BoarBeater is farming extremely well. He's at 360 GPM. Does have 2 assists, but obviously better than that. Magma's going to run right by a Ward of Rev, as they will know exactly where he is. Clockmock in the middle / Legion Woods. Gets picked off by 3 heroes, so at least that's good. They got something.
Yeah. I mean, with the heroes they have, if Kronos ults someone, they can kill him.
Yes.
The Prisoner can hook him out into some bad spot, no matter what.
Yeah. I think the question is, can they get multiple kills inside of a Chrono Field? Because I think if they're using it, even if they're using it every single time it's off cooldown to get 1 pick off, it's going to take them a while to erase the deficit that they've put themselves into. Especially when you consider how many heroes they're likely to need to get a kill, even with a Chronos ulti.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Game 1 obviously not going very well for Team Who, and Game 2 definitely progressing in a worrying direction here. as Team Shrek is Love has played very well, and in fact that middle lane just completely dominating it has made a huge difference.
If they can just slow things down, make plays with their ults, they might be able to recover. They do have the flanks.
They do. On the other hand, Legion have Madman and BoarBeater.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I mean, they have multiple PK heroes too, so I think they can probably catch the Clanks pretty easily. Another nice D ward here from Shortcan in the middle lane as he's managed to find both lane wards that Clockmuck has put down.
Shortcan pro player.
Yeah. Too good. And the vision situation does heavily favor the Hellborn team. There's a ward of sight in the top lane here from Shrek is Love, but that's it. Get to 3 words of Rev and 2 words of Sight from Team Who, so definitely much more aware of their opponent's map movements, the difficulty is, and not sure how much they can do about it. Rhapsody's sort of getting caught in a couple of cheese. The eruption goes off right on top of Clanks' face. That should be a kill. Rhapsody ultimate actually to save him a little bit, but it's not going to be enough. Eventually he will get chased down and killed. Maybe he won't, actually. Magma's stunned back up in a second, but Clanks will get away. Magma's has to stun away, and the Chrono Field still goes through. Or ultimate comes, actually, it's pulled back in. Ceratoss, is he going to leave? No, he's not. Barrel roll is there. That was a bit of an iffy hook from Eatrin as they jumped him out of the Chrono Field. Rhapsody all of a sudden is going to die because he didn't realize what Madman does, apparently. And they're just feeding themselves to Nox for absolutely no reason that I can tell. They're also not going to kill him. Barrel going to help slow people down. Pyromancer's stun does connect. Blazing Strike will finish off. Time to die before he can get it off. Another leap, although it was on cooldown anyway. Freeze is coming through. Hellborn Curry actually dies to Nox in the background. Prisoner getting chased down behind the tier 1 tower right here. Phoenix Wave does not connect. Tripper picks up a health pot. That will keep him alive as they finish off Eatrin. So it ends up being a 4 for 1. Yeah, 4 for 1. In favor of Shrek is Love. Tier 2 tower falling in the bottom lane. Tier 1 tower up here also taking a lot of damage as Magmus is back into this fight. Rhapsody Staccato Stun's going to be there, but he's going to be able to Lava Surge away and should be surviving. Iglesias is currently out of mana, and Magmus has the bottle charges. Meanwhile, the creeps actually finish off the tier 1 tower, so a little bit too much focus on trying to kill a Magmus that they were never going to catch, and instead of denying the tower, it dies to creeps. So that was a sloppy play right there from Team Who. They should have realized pretty quickly that they weren't going to catch the mag.
You can tell Ceratoss knows they're behind because he's going first item charge hammer. Or lightning over.
Yeah, Thunderclaw.
Thunderclaw, yeah.
Figuring he can't dilly-dally with a Nullstone.
Yeah. Plus, Nullstone doesn't really do that much for him except for the Blazing Strike.
That is true.
Which will be aimed at him all the time.
Right.
But still.
By the time Nullstone gets effective, it's
too late, probably.
So, Team Who definitely continuing to dig their own graves a little bit, but in general, Shrek is Love is also playing very well. I mean, you can see that their roster stability over the last couple of cycles, I think, has really paid off, and they've been looking much better in general. In this game in particular, and in the last game, their team coordination is quite strong, and they're setting up ganks. They're doing well, moving together. More importantly, it seems like they're just having better individual phases. I mean, like, Nox is not an experienced suicide player. He was in a 1v2 lane, and he's still at 350 GPM. So,
yeah. Got those elk bones.
Yeah. Bottom line,
recovery bones.
Time to die. Continue to try to farm this bottom lane. 180 GPM on him, so he's had a very poor series in general. Game 1 was a little more understandable as he got repeatedly ganked, but I do not see why a Chrono should lose a lane as hard as he did to Chipper. That was a little bit iffy to me.
He probably could have done a little bit better, but then since his mid lost so hard, he was, I'd almost say, forced to try to go there and do something. And then
that really didn't help. Anyway, middle lane, Rap's gonna get blown up, and then the rest of the Legion side gonna back off, get a kill, get out, and actually gonna go right back in. Chipper gonna put the Saw Blades down, but he's definitely gonna fall as he gets locked down and killed. Nice Magnus combo. Eruption hits 3 heroes. Prisoner died before his ultimate can go through. Steam Bath is there to keep Magnus alive. Flank's trying to get away. That's not going to happen. Shuriken the only one to survive, but actually has to be a little bit careful. Magnus, BK, and stun is back up, so if he shows himself, he's going to die. And they're going to find him anyway. They're going to put down the stun. Actually going to miss from Magnus. And Cluckmuck falls. We'll see if they can get this under counter kill. Yes, they can. No, tower, please. That was almost the play of the century from Shuriken right there. If he got both of those kills, wow. Wow.
He's just trying to win the game for them.
Yeah, I know. That was really ballsy, and it could have gone very badly. But oh well.
I guess if he had one more level in his Q.
Yeah.
He did get the fire though, I guess.
If he had gotten level 4 Thunderblast instead of level 4 Imprison, that would have been 2 kills instead of 1.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But the Imprison's much better against Suicide Man.
Yes,
so.
yes.
Well, he wasn't against Man, but against Magnus.
Anyway, middle lane there. We'll get the Shipper with the hook, and that's definitely be a dead Mighty Marcus, as he was almost up the hill on the other side with no vision of the incoming heroes. That was not great positioning right there from Mighty Marcus. But I don't think it matters so much.
If he sees danger, he can just PK out, but he didn't.
Did not have the timing. By the way, Legion having substantial vision of the opponent's jungle, as they've got 2 wards up either inside it or next to the entrances, as they clearly want to get pretty aggressive here. Middle lane looks like that'll be the target of their push. Warbeast decided, hey, let's keep going, yo. By the way, Denver Pros in excess of 500 GPM.
Oh, they're gonna make a play top.
Indeed they are. Let's see what happens. Barrel goes through, and they're going to try to run away from Rhapsody, but I don't think she's getting out of that. They're going to try to turn this on to Nox. He gets away with the stalk. Steam Bath is there for Magnus to keep him alive. In fact, nobody dies. Skullcrusher Warbeast is going to try to run away with his ultimate form. That makes him all blue when he levels it up, of course. And middle lane. Prisoner will be able to get some farm right here. I don't want to say that it's his fault, but I think it's pretty clear the difference between Slasky Rip Prisoner and Etrin Prisoner.
Yeah.
Just saying. I mean, I don't expect much because the dude doesn't really play competitive HoN. He's been the alternate for PI and for DNKE for the entire season. I don't know if he's honestly, I don't think he's played as many as even 5 games. By the way, Cluckmuck's dead.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Shuriken's dead. Cluckmuck always plays Glacius, so I'm used to just that being him. Now Chipper gonna try to evade some stuff. Does dodge the hook. That's not bad. Pyromancer's just not gonna connect onto the Prisoner, and Chipper really wants more, but that's not gonna go very well for him as he gets blown up. And Pyromancer gonna get chased down here a little bit as we have 3 heroes on the Hellborn team running after him. That'll be a second kill, so Cluckmuck in fact does die. I was right, just a little bit premature. And so those aren't really great engagements for Shrek is Love. They're still 15k up and 9k in advantage and experience, so it's not like they're throwing by any means, but there's really no reason to take those fights. Beast in the bottom lane gonna push up as far as he wants to because nobody can do anything to him. By the way, he has got the puzzle box build, which is... I mean, they have a shield breaker on Madman. I don't really like their item choices, to be honest.
The fuck?
Madman's so squishy against a team that can put out some pretty significant damage.
Yeah, I don't know what... That's kind of troll.
Yeah. And I like Puzzle Box in general, and I also like it on Warbeast, but I'm not sure if I like it on a 530 GPM Warbeast. I feel like there are much more effective items you can get. You know, Puzzle Box is sort of a utility item. I'm going to help, but I'm not the main source of damage type item. And Puzzle Box...
No, it helps you end the game, though.
I mean, it's a good item. I'm not saying it's like a bad pickup or anything. It's just... If I have 525 GPM on a Warbeast, I'm going carry build.
True. Well, yeah.
There's no reason for me to dick around with a Puzzle Box.
Yeah. So you'd go breastplate, basher, that kind of stuff. BKB.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, when you put a shrunken head on this Warbeast, it'll still get locked down by the Superior Magic Prisoner Ultimate and the Chrono Field, so maybe you don't get that, but Behemoth's Heart, like, I'm not sure if they can kill him if he gets a heart relatively quickly.
Well, Puzzle Box is kind of good against Chronos and Prisoner. Like, low-ish mana pools.
Yeah, that's true, but they have a Glacius, so that's going to mitigate a lot of their mana issues. By the way, a Word of Rev was already placed, and the Word of Sight just put down right next to it by Clockmuck, so clearly, oh, it's Ugobek's Word of Rev. I was going to say Shortcan is some sort of genius, but apparently they're both geniuses. The support duo from
Ugobek's a precog.
Yeah. You been watching Minority Report?
Nah, I'm just talking to someone about it.
People like that movie way more than they should, I feel like.
You don't like that movie?
Like, it's an okay movie, but people are like, it's such a good movie. I don't know, it's not that good. Oh well.
I wouldn't say it's like super good. But it's cool and like cool concept and stuff.
Hey,
I think a cooler concept would be precog pizza. Like your pizza arrives at your door
before you even
when you're like, I want pizza.
Clock gonna die right here, and they're gonna try to counter this with Madman, but that's not gonna work very well. As they put the Shackle and the Prisoner Ultimate down, Rhapsody ultimate gonna save some people, but actually it's not gonna matter. There's a nice stun from Magnus, interrupts that. Clank's eventually gonna die as well. All of a sudden, Prisoner gonna be caught a little bit by these heroes. Steam Bat from Magnus can keep him alive for a little bit longer, and it'll be another kill as Etrin falls. So all of a sudden, 4 heroes dead for the Hellborn team.
Oh, man.
A nice initiation from them as they picked off Clockmuck, and it looked like they were going to get Nox as well. In fact, they did, but still end up losing more heroes than they kill. And fights continue to go in favor of the Legion team. I
think that's partly just like, I don't know, they're just behind. Like they're getting kind of good starts to the fights, but
the gold and experience deficit is so big that if they get a pick and get out, it's fine. If the fight proceeds for any period of time, they're gonna get turned on and killed.
Yeah.
By the way, Stu is saying that the Puzzle Box minions will pop out and instantly kill Clanks, as well as them, decreasing the duration of the Hawk. Okay. My counter argument to that is they have 2 portal keys and a Madman and a Warbeast who gets haste with his minions and himself already. I don't think they really need the Puzzle Box on top of that to kill the Clanks. Just saying. Speaking of that, that's going to happen right now as the Prisoner ults. They're going to jump on Ceratops. That's exactly what I'm talking about. They just destroy him with the Magma's ultimate and the Madman. Probably going to see a death on Magma's here, as the Chrono Field gets popped, so no way that Mysera's getting out of that one. But all of a sudden, the fight went on a little bit too long. Short can't get out of the Blazing Strike. Nice PK away from Prisoner, and he avoids the rocket. Meanwhile, Rhapsody going to evade the incoming Warbeast, so still ends up being a 2-for-1 in favor of the Legion side, as they did not get the pick and get out. Madman going to eat a Staccato, but he doesn't really care about that too much, as the Legion side is all of a sudden pushing the base. Last tier 2 tower will be killed in the middle lane by the Denver Pro, who's pushing 600 GPM at this point. Looks like
oh my god, I just realized. He doesn't even play the avatar that says time to die. He plays the other one.
Yeah, well, maybe he's a jerk.
The Legion have overrun a Hellborn FOB.
So this is where the Puzzle Box starts to pay off, because all of a sudden Warbeast has killed a tier 3 tower and a set of racks just because he wants to. Anyway, he's going to die right here, so that's going to be unfortunate for the Denver Pro, but I think he's pretty okay with his mission being accomplished. Flashbang doing a lot, actually, and they will get 2 more kills on both the Chipper and Pyro, so nice 3-man cleanup there from Team Who, but they still lose the top racks at 23 minutes, and I think if you're Shrek is Love, that's an okay trade for you.
Yeah, pick what you can get.
So Madman is going for a shrunken head here, as is the Warbeast. They both picked up the Mighty Blade, which means Stu's stupid theory that he's going for Madman is going for a breastplate is invalidated. And also, you realize that the auras that you get from breastplate are not as powerful as the bonuses that you get from having it on you, so in fact it's better for Warbeast to buy it than just get somebody else who has it, because the auras are not as good. Clearly Stu doesn't know what he's talking about.
Idiot.
He's trying to tell me things, and it's like, dude, you haven't casted in 2 weeks either, so maybe you're
But what's
rusty.
I guess like if you want to go like YOLO physical damage, you get like it's kind of like it's mostly a pred build that people like Angry Testy might do, Shield Breaker and Demonic / Negative Bullet.
And I mean, you look at the Hellborn team, that sort of build would rip through them. Like, Clanks will die in very quickly. He's got a Firebrand and a Thunderclaw on his Mighty Blade. He's got 1300 health right here. It's not a lot.
Yeah, but if you got stuck in a Chrono Assault, you'll die pretty quick.
Who, the Warbeast?
The Madman, I guess is right.
Yeah. But the Madman shouldn't be their primary damage dealer. It should be Warbeast. It is Madman because of the way he built and because of the way Warbeast built, but it's weird. That seems strange. Anyway, Congra will be going down right here in favor of the Legion team, and we'll be putting a token up onto Nox, so... Clearly they're still sort of thinking of Nox as the primary carry, which is odd.
Maybe he is still thinking of himself. Maybe Warbeast was like, fuck, give me the token, I'm the carry, even though I'm a Warbeast. And he's like, no, I'm the carry.
That seems to be
I don't know.
more or less what he thought.
You almost never want to put a token on Warbeast just because when he dies he won't have ult. But
That's why you wait to use your ult until after the token goes through. Because you can.
Then your team might have already lost.
You can just sit on the tower with your minions and bust through.
Oh, I guess you could do that.
And then either they kill you to prevent you from killing the tower, and then you can pop your ultimate and counter initiate, or you get a tower.
Eh. I mean, Madman has like no HP, so he needs a token.
Yeah. That's what we call throwing good money after bad. Madman made a bad decision. Let's make another bad decision to try to compensate for the first bad decision. I mean, it's not really a bad decision. Like, token is fine on Madman. It's just... Nox, you have a weird build, man. Like, if you took Nox's items and put them on Warbeast, I would feel so much better about them.
Yeah, that's because Warbeast is a strength here.
Right. That would make me happy.
And his haste speed.
Yeah, but that's such a weird build from Madman. Yeah, it's interesting. Oh well, Team Who's still sticking in there. They are continually getting further and further behind in terms of gold, but showing some resilience. And of course, if they lose this game, they are out of Cycle 8 already, so probably not looking to just CC it away when there's at least a chance that Shrek is Love could throw a little bit and put them back in this game in this series. But definitely not looking good. We do have a portal key up on the Prisoner, so that's going to help them with initiation a little bit. Actually, Kronos has picked up a Staff of the Master, so he's managed to get nearly 300 GPM, which is pretty surprising to me. I haven't really been watching his farm, and apparently it's not that terrible. Cerato's at 430 gold per minute as well, so there's a couple of heroes at least that have something. The problem is Eatrin really doesn't have a lot, and the rest of the Legion side is full up on farm. They're going to use their brand new token to push down this tower in the bottom lane. Tier 3 falling a lot. Cliff Fortification will be active. Another free tower for them Legions. Token of Life currently has 2 minutes left on it, so interesting double ward going down, so there's some pretty serious communication issues, clearly. And
well,
box.
Maybe it's in case of a puzzle box,
seconds.
they gotta kill both wards.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But it's down for 50 seconds. Hook gonna miss from Prisoner, and actually he's not in a great position all of a sudden as a Shackle goes through onto the Warbeast, but he doesn't really care. Focus buffer's on him. And Denver Pro can basically do whatever he wants. So, I mean, he's the one that's getting aggressive. Madman's kind of hanging out in the background, even though he has a token, and it's got a minute and a half left on it. So this is really weird. Anyway, Prisoner going to find somebody, but he walks down the cliff. That was not good, and all of a sudden, Eatrin is in a lot of trouble. Eats some rockets. Nice drops the ultimate to save him for the time being, but here goes the shrunken-headed Warbeast. That's going to be 1 kill. We'll see 2 as Time to Die falls before he can get an ultimate off. Nice drop of Glacius ultimate will help take the token out of the Madman. Buyback comes through from Prisoner, but he's not really doing too much. Magma's getting away. despite the shackle. Chipper not going to die. Tablets himself forward. He's going to survive. Uses the rocket to finish off the prisoner, and the entire Hellborn team is dead. Ceratops also buying back. That probably not going to do too much. Mighty Marcus finally does fall on the Chipper before Ceratops gets chased back into the well. We're going to see another set of racks going down right here. And, yeah, Ceratops dead. Going to be eaten by the Magma Stun, and we're calling GG's right here on the Team Who side. That's going to be another win for Shrek is Love as they take the series 2-0, and the brand new roster of Team Who not performing like they want it to, but Shrek is Love looking like a pretty well-oiled machine, and that they're coming back from Gold Division where they spent Cycle 7 in interest of some pretty good revenge on these Diamond Division teams. So well played to them. They will stay alive in Cycle 8 as Team Who bows out right here. So final thoughts there, Boar? Game, series?
I guess, I don't know, a little disappointed in Who.
I agree. I am a little disappointed in Who. And I think Shortcan had a conversation with me pretty much just after they lost the series, and he was not particularly happy about his team's performance either. So I don't know if that's necessarily going to turn into roster changes. I kind of hope it doesn't, because I think that this is a strong lineup that they've built, but maybe they feel like things don't work out. I have no, it's not me giving away inside information either. There was, I don't know what they're going to do is my point, but obviously it's not uncommon for teams in the midst of a roster change to make continuous alterations until they find something that sticks, and clearly this didn't work out that well. Maybe they want to wait to get Slasky back before they make any real decisions, but nonetheless, not the performance they're looking for.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. I also feel like Ogre outdrafted each time.
I'd say in the first game that was definitely true. The second game I felt like they were okay.
I guess
Honestly,
it's a little hard to say if the mid matchup was as imbalanced hero-wise as it was in in the way it played out, because that was like kind of a stomping, and it kept going on and on. Like it should have just been one death and then some readjustment or something. But
it definitely got a lot worse than it should have, it felt like, because I feel like Prisoner Glacius should beat Pyro Mag. At the very least, they should get a lot closer to going even than they did. They gave up like 6 kills in that lane. Once again, I think it's just, Etrin has not played competitively in a while, and I've said that a couple of times now, and I don't really mean to, say, oh god, such bad player, stuff like that. It's just, if you don't play regularly, it's not easy to just jump in like this, and I think it's the fuck me girl. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. That was very helpful. Anyway, I think Slaskid Red is probably the best player on Team Who, so having him out for the series obviously did not help very much. So. Oh well, Team Who is in the playoffs, so we'll see if they can regain some of their honor and make a deep run, maybe even threaten Thailand a little bit. I don't think that's really going to happen, but they can make things interesting, definitely, and they're going to need to get a little bit better if they want to do that, though. So, congratulations to Shrek is Love as they take it 2-0. They will move on to the losers bracket round 2, where they will face Nullstone Gaming, who beat Willowkeeper and then proceeded to lose to Reason. So they were dropped down, and obviously Nullstone going to be the favorite in that one, but we'll see what Shrek is Love can do. It's going to wrap it up for this cast as well, so thanks for watching, guys.